What would you say? Yeah, right. So the vertical asymptote is the equation x equals 9. On the second function, what does the denominator factor into so that I can find all of my asymptotes? That's difference of squares, right? So how do I factor that denominator? X plus 3 times x minus 3. So my two vertical asymptotes are at -3 or +3. I have two vertical asymptotes. X equals -3 or 3. Or you could write them like separate. X equals -3, x equals 3, either way. All right, what about the next one? What would be the vertical asymptote for h? Should be easy, right? X equals 8. And how would I factor j? So what should I do first when I'm factoring j? What would I factor out first? Greatest common factor, right? Am I talking to myself? X squared times x minus 2. So if that factors into x squared times x minus 2, my two vertical asymptotes are at 0 or +2. So to me, vertical asymptotes are easier. Where is the denominator undefined? Factor it, find your asymptotes. So the horizontal or slant asymptote, the numerator and denominator have to compete against each other. So where is the higher power in function f? Is the numerator higher? Is the denominator higher? Or are they equal in power? They both are what kind of function? Linear, right? X to the first power, x to the first power. So if I plug in 1,000,000, this little 2 and this -9 are going to be pretty insignificant, and I basically have 1,000,000 divided by 1,000,000, right? Coefficient of 1 here, coefficient of 1 here, right? So the numerator is equal to the denominator, and I have 1x over 1x. So y equals 1 is my horizontal asymptote. I strip 1 over 1 and get 1. Who wins in example G? Numerator or denominator? So the denominator is going to blow up with 1,000,000 squared, and I just have a little bit of 1,000,000 up here, or 1,000,000,000, right? This is when you go to the extremes. So I get something divided by a really, really big number. So I get y equals 0 as my horizontal asymptote. Denominator 1. Who's going to win in H? The numerator is going to win in H. So I have a slant asymptote. So you're going to have to figure out your slant asymptote. This is a prime candidate for synthetic division, but you could also do the box method, long division. So I'm going to give you a minute to try to find your slant